Hello and welcome to episode 11 of our Timberborn Update 5 hard mode playthrough with the Folktails faction here in cycle 20, day 7. We're at the beginning of a 21-day drought, and the last time we survived a 30-day drought, and before that it was a 27-day drought, I think. So, dry times around here lately in Beaverburg 14. Oh, we didn't rename it. Okay, let's rename it. How did I miss that? I can't spell Beaverburg. Oh my, okay. We're having a good time today, folks. Anyway, now it's actually correctly named. I can't believe I didn't do that at the start of this. But we are overall looking, pretty good. Could be better. Could definitely be a whole lot worse. And we have lots to still get done. We did a lot of blasting, cue Danny DeVito. But we got this whole thing more or less about as much blasted out as I originally wanted. But I think we're going to have more. And there's just so much water storage we are going to have to continue to build and fill and ensure that we can keep everything irrigated. It's a lot. And we are definitely not where we need to be. But could be worse. We also, last time, I built this little multi-tiered pumping scheme here, where this guy can pump the water down until this guy can turn on, and then until this guy can turn on. But I'm kind of thinking about maybe taking this one out. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, but I will go ahead and turn both of those on so they'll just automatically get workers as soon as they're able to. And they do have storage up here that is set to supply, prioritized by haulers, as well as this building, this one, and, oh, well, now this one too. So we can hopefully rest assured that the water that is in here will be taken full advantage of, and we can make good use of it. We also turn the water transparency back off, have a decent bit stored up here that we could release and send down here, or all the way down to the very lower level if we so chose. I think we might want to leave it where it is. Although it is just one block deep, so there's a very good chance this would evaporate before it could all be pumped out. So maybe, depending on how we feel it's going to make it all the way down this, what is this, a lap and a half, or 2 full laps, really, to get all the way down. If I gave you vertigo there, I'm sorry. But, yeah, we definitely have some room to fill up here. And we could also be pumping these guys. So let's turn these on. There we go. I think long term, it's going to be better to have this watered down. So I'll tell you what. Let's let it out. Just have it flow all the way down. We also eventually want to blast a channel out here. It's not enough to just have this little slit. Well, it's not really a little slit. It's like, I don't know, 15 blocks here to here, if you count diagonals. But we're going to want it to spread a little bit lower here. And then, of course, we also want to build these floodgates so we can continue just shoving the water off the side. A couple people said, hey, why don't you leave it a gap so it can go down into your pools? Well, it's going to flood everything if it does that. I don't know why that was such an appealing thing for people to suggest, but I would like not to flood the farms and cause those crops to all fail, because it takes a long time to keep growing those. But other good news is we can turn our bad water pump back on. We have 812. So we have plenty of bad water, but we want to drain this so we can get our bad water rig back up and running. And we also want to cap this with a bad water dome, or also another one of these bad water rigs. We are going to want to make use of plenty of that in the future, because we're trying to make dynamite, trying to make extract for various purposes, and all of that's going to take some time. So in an effort to help that, we do have 2 large windmills in the process of being constructed. We need some more gears. These buildings are all enabled, they're just not being manned. Let's go ahead and go triple speed, get through the night here. But this one is substantially less further along. It needs all the gears, it needs most of the planks, whereas this one pretty much just needs 10 gears. And we will continue upgrading these small ones to large ones as time goes by. We just have to have the ability to actually construct those. So we probably should keep expanding our industrial area or possibly make other ones. Take advantage of the flowing water. Yeah, see, this is all this is that water that was stored up here. Every last bit of it. So it is actually making its way down. It's taking its sweet time, but it is making its way down, and it will be stored most likely stuck right here. Some of it might go back this way and then go into the main area. Actually, I could force it to do that, and that would probably be better because it's actually going to be pumped out of that. So let's aha. It is, wait, why is this? Hold on. That's why, because this is the one that actually controls it. So if I raise that up, it's just going to go straight back down because it has this contamination trigger. But if I disable it during a drought, then all of a sudden it can go up. So that's what we'll do. We'll have this shunt through the water wheels, make a little bit more power for us. Yeah, look at that. Now we can actually run our stuff for another 10 seconds. And then it'll just get back in here, raise our water levels actually a decent bit, given how large all of this is. Yeah, I'm surprised that's actually a pretty decent amount of water to come through here. That was worth doing. I'm glad we did that. And of course now this will just continue to get sucked up and put into our large storage tanks. And everything is looking pretty good. We'll let these guys keep going. I do think I want to put a fourth one up here to take advantage of all this. And I also want to, this is the bottom of the map, by the way. I want to kind of create a channel here that would go more or less just in a straight line right here to this outflow. Because if I ever were to release water in an emergency manner, I'll just go ahead and shut this. Release water in an emergency manner out of this floodgate. I don't want it to just kind of dry up in the flat. I want it to go into where these can pump. So that's going to be the plan there. We, of course, have to have the ability to get down there. So, we don't have a lot of planks. Oh, I was gonna build a giant ladder going all the way down. Well, this isn't really the most pressing issue, but this is something somebody suggested in the comment. I thought it was a good idea, and I figured we should go ahead and do it. So, eventually we will. Now I'm going to unplant this and this. Would give us 5 of these large pumps. Because as we continue to grow, we're going to want the ability to pump a lot of water really fast. So we want to make sure we are ready for that. We really, however, need to get our plank production substantially higher than it currently is. Really want to make sure that's taken care of. So that's something we're going to be working on. Yeah, I took the stairs out. The Ed and Eddie reference apparently resonated with a lot of you, so that was nice to see. But they took those stairs. I took this out so our beavers wouldn't go in the bad water. But hey, now the bad water is gone. So guess what? The stairs are back on the menu, boys. Here we go. They can put those in there, and then I really want to see... I don't know if we're going to be able to do it today, but I really want to see if I can put another one of these rigs in. It takes so many resources that we don't have. And we can't really make because we don't have the power. And since this is Folktails, we can't just build an engine. We have to have windmills or water wheels or have our beavers run around like hamsters in power wheels. Gravity batteries would probably be a good idea. I just don't currently have a really great place to put those. We'd have to build a tower for those. And that's something I don't think we really want to be messing with too much. It's really unfortunate that the droughts are so long and we have so little access to power. That is very not ideal. But I'll go ahead and close that floodgate so the water just kind of, I guess, skips this entire back half here. I'm not going to unpause the construction of these because, well, the materials aren't there, and there are better things we could be doing with all of our stuff. Like right here, this just dried up, which is good for our evaporation concerns, but bad for our irrigation concerns. We want to make sure that all of this water is sucked up as best as it can be, put into storage where it cannot evaporate, and therefore be fine. We still don't have this because, well, I lowered the priority, and we also don't have gears. So this is probably an important thing for us to actually build, so I will move that back to normal priority. But the problem is we don't have enough power. We're only generating 228. We need 15, 16, almost 1800. Okay, no. I'm going to go ahead and pause the centrifuge because, well, we already have a pretty good bit of extract, and we really need to be conserving power for this other stuff. Metal, we still need. Paper, if we want to keep making the large windmills, we do need. But these two already have everything they need, so I'm going to shut this off. So now we have 4 total lumber mills and 3 gear workshops. Each of these is taking 1 plank every 3 hours to make 1 gear. And these are producing 1 plank every 1.3 hours. So, you know, in theory, it's different between the different factions, as we've found out in other playthroughs. But in theory, we should have no problem with the amount of planks we have. But we're also, in addition to the gears, using them to make treated planks, because treated planks also go into a bunch of this stuff, like the Badwater rig. Or if we chose to start building the... Oh, no! Oh, no, this is just metal. Okay. Metal and 5 regular planks. All right, well, consider me to be incorrect. But we still don't have the planks anyway, so it's not like we can really do too much with that. The contamination barrier is something that I was debating putting down here. But since we have this automatically on the system that just shunts the bad water away anyway, it would be kind of a waste. But it would be a great idea up on top of this channel if we were able to kind of maybe straighten and level this out a little bit. Just put a all the way across here. We could actually farm up here. And that would be a pretty appealing thing. So I'd mentioned last time that this little gap right here I want to fill in. Even though, yes, this would go into this pool, I don't want to deal with the flooding. It's just too much for my brain to process and have to keep up with. So we're going to take our levees here, and in the absence of the ability to do actual terraforming, we will just close this off like so. I think I'll just do one of these. And what I would like to do is actually get these trees out of here and have this go all the way to this corner. But we're not quite there. I'm going to put a ladder right there so we can get that out of here, and we will, of course, move our... Oh, there's a tree there. Okay, where did my... Oh, I don't have one. I guess we need another one of these lumberjack flags. Yeah, let's put that there. And mark that for cutting, and these as well. Can this guy get to... Well, he can't get anywhere, I guess, because this isn't built yet, but we will, in fact, be working on that. This guy can't reach all the way out here. That's fine. That's to be expected. But if we can get this blocked up, then I can actually finish these floodgates. And the water will just spill either here, which is totally fine, because it'll just drain down here. Or, well, first it'll come through here. So that is A-okay. I am always going to be fine with water coming in this way. Oh, we're almost there on the gears. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize the construction of this guy, because that's going to harvest a lot more wind power. Harvest, like it's a plant that grows on the ground. It's going to utilize a lot more of the energy potential in the wind. Oh man, I want to pause. I want to pause the smelters because I need the power for other places, but we also need the metal if we ever want to actually build anything. And since the idea with these videos seems to be not to skip giant amounts of time to save boredom or whatever, we get to see the whole thing. What's the phrase? Warts and all, or whatever it is. So yeah, that's the fun reality of these kind of things. You get to see my triumphs and my failures, and especially my failures, but I digress. It is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and put these ladders in here, and I'm going to put this down in the bottom. They should be able to, well, once the ladder's there, they should be able to reach this, no problem. But I will give them a little bit of a leg there. Yeah, we're going to, again, make the trench here. That's fine. I have 45 explosives and 116 extract. I should have the ability to deepen all of this while we're here. Did I do triple dynamites? I sure did. Yeah, so this is what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, we got tons of room. And of course, we will get this blasted out as well. This path is pretty much just temporary. Once this trench is blasted in place, then I will, of course, get this back up. We'll harvest the remnants of the planks and everything, and that should be okay. That's the name of the game with playthroughs like this, is you just kind of have to be aggressive about how you handle stuff. Let's get these beavers in here. We have so many opportunities to do things the right way. We just have to make sure we take advantage of them and not sit here confused the entire time, which does happen sometimes. Anyway, we need 40 more gears for this large tank. Bad water storage, total of about 1260, which is because 1200 of it is stored here, or has a capacity for 1200 of it here. So wait, how does that work? Oh, okay. No, I read that wrong. The rig has a capacity of 1200. It's currently holding 160. That's on the left side. We have the 4, maybe 5 or 6, including the small ones, of these tanks holding bad water. So that's seems to be okay. We do need to build a large tank that will hold bad water. Taking a look at what stuff is set up as here. Yeah, this layout is just really not ideal the way that I have this set up. It's, yeah, should have done it a whole lot better, but I didn't. And you know what happens. So we have, now that this is all irrigated and stuff, we can actually plant a lot more of these trees. And we have lumberjacks and stuff in place, so we could actually, yeah, we could tree up this whole thing right here. And that is actually what we're going to do. Can we reach here? We absolutely can. Yeah, this is going to be a great place to harvest trees. I always want to call it harvest trees when we cut them down for wood. Well, that's fine. And this guy as well. We have plenty of space. Can these guys actually reach anything? Oh yeah, they can reach this whole thing. All right. Well, that's exciting. Let's see. That can go, oh, it can go even further. Look at this, man. We're getting somewhere. We are making progress. This can go here as well. How far out do we go? Oh, we go so far. We are looking fantastic, folks. Okay, so if we want this to connect, I might actually go ahead and put in a staircase here just so we have good interconnectivity. And then I'll have this continue out that way in case we ever want to go down that road. But this is also going to allow us to plant some trees here. And if we have this thing actually tended at all times, able to cut stuff down, we're going to be in really good shape for wood basically forever. So that is a very, very good thing to have there. We, of course, have our large pile here on top of our water irrigation storage reservoir doohickey thing here. That's nice to see. Looking good. Yeah, I think the main problem we need to solve is just having food production, which is going to require us to expand our farming, which is why I suggested this area up here as being a possible solution. Just got to make it happen, and I think we should be in a pretty good spot to do that. I'm going to just blast this thing down. Oh no, we can make more. We can make more dynamite. That's okay. Blast this down, and then eventually this would be a great place to have a little bit of terraforming. And we'll put in a couple of water dumps. I know this is a little narrow for putting in a 3x3 or whatever, but I think that's going to be well worth our while. If we expand this path out here, we could actually, maybe right here in this thick spot here, side to side would be a good spot, because it gets a pretty good range if I were to put this here, it should irrigate probably to about here. So maybe I could go a little bit further out. Well, how about for right now we do right here. This might even get some of this too. We can do right here. Get that popped in place. Put a farmhouse on top of all of this. And I think that's going to be about as good of a spot as we can go. We'll see what happens. We got time. It's not really a contest, except between ourselves, to make sure that we don't, you know, needlessly kill a whole bunch of beavers for no... Well, needlessly kill for no reason. There you go. That's a... was a Yogi Berra-ism. There, that's probably before a lot of your time. A lot of... I can't ever even say this stuff right. Jeez. This is before the time of many of you who watch these videos. I just know, because my dad would use those sometimes. Anyway, I digress. We have pretty much, at this point, at least started doing everything that I said I wanted to accomplish today. Obviously, it takes a long time to actually get that stuff done. But I think we're well on our way to getting some good progress being made. This large guy's only doing 102. What are these guys doing? 51. Okay, that's fine. This doesn't have any gears. We're just not generating enough power. I really don't want to put in these power wheels. Well, one, because we have 33 open jobs. 7 beavers have been incapacitated. But I mean, we have the medical beds. What else do you want me to do? There's not really that much I can do. Past that point, we just have to make do with what we have. Because these guys, have they actually gone under... Okay. Because these dynamites will be next. This is actually ready to go. I'm not going to set those off yet because I want to make sure these are all good to go, and I'll just do the whole thing at one time. So that's going to let me take care of all that. But I will leave this path in place until we have all of these connected. That's looking good. We are harvesting tons of bad water. This is actually full, so I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause this rig. We'll have those 10 beavers go do other things, because I'm sure they would be much more useful elsewhere. 26% power. That is... it's not great. Let's get these gears in here. I mean, we're making enough of them, where we should be. Maybe I just have to prioritize all of these by haulers to get them to actually come get the stuff. We do have a hauling post, and it is fully staffed. I don't think it's big enough, or the town, rather, is big enough to warrant having 2, especially since we have so many vacancies. But we'll see what happens. These 2 can be connected here. There we go. We'll get the rest of this, and then I will remove this whole path and the ladders and everything. Alright, food-wise, though, we need to become concerned because our supplies are dwindling relatively rapidly here. We have plenty of storage for carrots, plenty of storage for grilled potatoes. What we don't have is plenty of storage for bread. I don't know how I could have possibly... oh, wait, no. We have 200 for bread. That's not a ton. But it's also not nothing either. I think if this is bread, we really should be building these large warehouses. And in fact, we have so much science, I can just go ahead and research these. But we should be taking advantage of all of this to construct all that stuff. So what I will do, we have this thing here. There's no reason not to platform over this except to deepen it. But at the same time, there's no reason to deepen it because this is a double floodgate. And they're not going to be able to have anything else come through here. So I'm going to let this water out because the level is now below. And there's no concrete reason to have water cooped up in here where it can evaporate, where we could already be pumping this out. Anyway, so I think I'm going to leave this little thing alone. I'm going to build platforms on top of this, since there's no real benefit to having this any deeper, at least right now. I will build platforms here on doubles. And what I can do now as a result of that is I can put this here, or I can move this back one to be on top of our little levee here. Just depends on how we think we want to be using this space in the future. But the way that this is set up, oh, you know what I could do? I could move... This is actually an appealing idea. I could just move the... Yeah, I could move the bakery back one to fit this. And because of how this is set up, I could actually blast these three out. And we could put two bakeries here. Actually rotate it 90 degrees and get some stuff going here. Because now we have this one gristmill that is just kind of operating by itself. We can put a second one in, depending on how we want to have this set up. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. But we got options. We have the ability to be a little bit more flexible in how we deal with things. And that is never a bad idea. At least I don't think so. So that bit of the trench is gone. That's looking okay. How are we doing in pump land? Oh! Did we completely empty this? It seems we did. All right, well, pause that stuff, and hey, look at that. A bunch of our problems are gone. Let's unpause. Yeah, unpause both of these when a drought starts, because there's not going to be any reason for them to go down here if this is bad tide, which we haven't experienced as of yet with this setup. This can pause when a bad tide starts, and unpause when a drought starts or a temperate starts. I think will be a nice automated thing. But now there's nothing here, so no reason for that to exist. And, I mean, we've got good water storage. We have about 4,300. Now it's 4,200. Can't really complain. This is... wait, what? Oh, they didn't... All right. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. We got to be able to take this thing out. And I did not realize I had not connected the path. Oh well, you live and you learn. Yeah, get the thing out of here and we'll straighten this out. Get all your pieces. Let's go. Come on. There we go. So what I will do now, I know we don't have this stuff yet, but I will build another one of these tanks up here. And we just want to have a bunch of water storage wherever we can. Honestly, is what it boils down to. More explosions. That's always fun. Yep, looking good. We also can't forget the drought is almost over. And once it is over, we will have to disable access to this pit of despair here. And I don't have the materials to build another bad water rig or a dome, unfortunately. It's just, it takes so many... it's the gears mainly, honestly. That's why I really want to make sure that we can at least store some of our power, but I just don't have anywhere to put it. Because the gravity batteries need height, and they have to actually connect to your power grid, and there's not really a lot of great spots to do that here. So, if we have a bad tide, great. We can just continuously exploit that for power. If we have a drought, well, it's pretty much the worst case scenario because we have to rely on the wind. Which, when it works, seems to be serviceable, at least. But we've got quite a bit more to do than we can actually take care of, it seems. And we're out of extract, so I've got to turn the centrifuge back on. Let's oh, we still only have 25 metal. I think they might have been... Oh, good. They filled that up. Did they? Yes. Okay, so we're just waiting on gears. So I'm going to go ahead, for right now, pause our smelters, and 116 of the treated planks. I don't know if that's going to be enough for what we want to get into. But now that I know I don't need them for the contamination barrier, it makes that kind of pointless. But I am going to pause these. That saves us a bunch of power, and it stops us from turning every single plank into treated planks. As much as we do want those... And we'll really want them to get into these other well-being things. I think it's going to be a little bit more important to take care of everything else first. So that, of course, is going to require us to invest in all of this other stuff. But I think we're going to be okay. Just got to get it done. Can't get planks. Yep, I hear you. That's just the way she goes. Yeah, we'll rotate these guys, get some more baking going on. Maybe see if there's a way I can get another grist mill in here. Replace this with a large windmill instead of a regular one, although I don't have the materials for one quite yet. The food situation, I really am hoping we can get this locked and loaded before the next drought or bad tide or whatever, because if this is a bad tide, this next one, and we don't have the irrigation or the contamination barriers, this is going to insta-kill all of this stuff. So it's going to be an issue of prime importance, we should say. Dirt excavators require power, which is not something we currently have. And they also require extract, which is not something we currently have a lot of. But they don't require bots, which is, in my opinion, an improvement and would allow us to get to it much, much earlier. We just don't have the resources right now. I could put water wheels in here, but again, I would have to have clear access to what this channel is, and again, we don't have all of that stuff right now. So I guess it's okay that this hasn't been blasted out yet. We just have to figure out exactly what's going on. Sometimes it takes a long time. All right, now that's done, which means I can come in with our demolish building thing. And that can go away as well. We can harvest all the materials. Yeah, get that out of here, and then hopefully they can... oh, wow, we're missing almost all of this stuff, aren't we? Well, every little bit counts. I do want this to be filled with water before we get to the next drought. But yeah, I would say it was a good idea to expand when we did, because this is just about dry, with the exception of this little bit under here that won't even be picked up by the straw, and we have 1 day left in the drought, and that was not the longest possible drought, so I'm glad we did what we did. We just have to make sure we keep on doing it. We're planting more trees, and they're staying irrigated. Everything is looking pretty good. We just got to speed up our production of some of this food stuff. Just got to make sure we can do it. Probably could stand to have another grill for the potatoes. Hey, battery smooth. But we know we can do better once we get all this other stuff taken care of. And this, of course, has no gears and no planks because, well, everything is going on at exactly the least opportune time. And the whole not having the full power during the droughts is really, really killing us. So I wonder if there is a way, because I know this can't really go down much more than it already is. If I put a gravity battery, I might as well just go ahead and research these things. If I put a gravity battery here, say for example hanging down into this pit, I don't have a way to actually get down there, but I could easily build a ladder. This would not be the worst place. Cycle 21, here we go. Would not be the worst place to have a gravity battery. It just wouldn't really make that much power. It doesn't make power, it just stores it technically. But the other problem is getting the power connected to it because of how these buildings and the paths are set up. I don't have any two-story buildings to tap into the top floor of. So I would have to block a path, which we don't want to do, or they have to come over here, which I kind of don't want to do either because I would have to build this like huge structure and dynamite a bunch of stuff that I don't have the ability to actually do. But here comes the water. It's going to make its way around. I probably should put some floodgates here and then cut a channel, but we are not quite there yet. Won't take too long though, and we do have plenty of water here. So that's good. This is now dry. I'm glad we did this the way we did. Make no mistake, that was a smart thing to do. I'm going to go ahead, get this bakery taken care of here. And I'm going to prioritize these 3 dynamites, because that's going to let us back these bakeries right up here. Should be fine. Water coming down will also be fine once it actually makes its way down here. We might even see a little bit squirt off the side here once that gets high enough. It usually does. But this being here is very helpful. Even if we couldn't have the floodgates, excuse me, taken care of, this will future-proof us quite a bit. Oh, good. This is, well, it's getting somewhere. We just don't have the explosives yet. Just gotta trust the process. We'll get it done. Oh, I just need so much more explosives than I currently have. Because I really want to get this also taken care of. Although there's not really anything stopping me from doing this. And I don't even need to have this here because the beavers can just walk in from this side. But this has to be triples. And then I also do want to replace these three with another suspension bridge. But we don't currently have the need for that. I am going to not let this flood by opening this floodgate. I do need to automate this. Yes, I know. Oh, you fools. You absolute buffoons. I warned you about this. I've got to take the stairs away. Got to take the stairs away again. Now you're unwell because of your own bad choices and for no other reason. Yeah, that's... should have seen that coming. But I didn't think they'd be that stupid with the building paused. It's got a lot of bad water stored. I guess I can't be too mad at them for doing that. But, you know, it is what it is. Bakery time. 2 of those go right here. There we go. Now we have our paths. I could have flipped this entrance. I didn't feel like it. That's just how it goes. So I've got space here. I've got 5 wide. I could put a 3 here. I could put a 3 here. And then another 3 on the other side if we build over this, which I think is what we want to do. So let's, yeah, let's do that. Let's, first of all, oh, I really should have this just be a straight across path here. Really should do that. If I do that, then I can actually blast this down. But I don't have that much dynamite to really do this. I gotta wait for this to happen. It's the everlasting queue of things to explode. Never ends. Never ever ends. But yes. If they can get these put in place. I mean, it's day 4. I honestly expected to see that drought warning pop up at this point. But we'll see. If I can get this connected here, if I can just get these three exploded, then I can just connect here and we'll be in pretty good shape. I have half a mind, honestly, to just continue this going all the way out here, but that's not going to line up quite right. If I can get this path off, then I can just have this whole thing be one contiguous reservoir. And I think that's what they're going to want. So it has been a while since we had infected beavers, but we have antidote. They're going to be fine. And we have beds for them to heal in. Not the end of the world. It's just pretty annoying that it's set up that way. Alright, this is now ready for explosion. And just like that, we have a lot more capacity to store our water. And I'm going to go ahead and set this back up to 1.5 so that can continue to fill. We're going to be in good shape, folks. Looking good. Looking good. We are utilizing the water power. Well, not right now because it's nighttime and they are not working while they're sleeping. The horror, right? You want your beavers to be working all the time. All right, it's another drought, which is good news for us in the realm of actually growing things up here. I will detonate all of this. And we, of course, will go ahead and get this all set up. Our farmhouse, I guess, will face this way. And then I will have our water dump right here at the end of the path. Yeah, remember the Folktails farmhouse is 3 by 2. I will flip this guy because I can. And so people don't have to make the comment about, you forgot to flip buildings. Well, yeah, no, I didn't forget. I just didn't do it. Anyway, that's going to help us grow stuff. That's going to be nice. And that's a minimal pathway intrusion. But we do have some trees up here we can go ahead and harvest. Actually, log storage is pretty full. But I will go ahead, since this hasn't been irrigated yet, I'll go ahead and let them get these trees done. Go ahead and get that. Yeah, that actually might irrigate things a little bit better. All right, we'll get this set up, and we will see what lies in wait. Now, we're not going to be able to get through the next drought entirely because it's probably going to be pretty long, considering this is cycle 21, and we started the episode with a 22-day drought. So, from a perspective of ending in a good spot, it would make the most sense to end at the start of this one. But we're only 41 minutes into this video, so unless you really want a short one, I think we're just gonna wing it, see how much we can get done. I know there's some of you who always want longer videos, and I am happy to oblige. All right, so this can go away. Don't need that anymore. Get that nice and set up. This is looking really good here. Really good. Can't complain. This needs to be set for bread. This one I also should go ahead and set for bread. Might as well. There we go. Give me. I can't click on the right spot. There we go. Get this dynamite set off, because then everything else I don't need to build on until it's blasted down. But then I can get rid of this stuff, and that's gonna be nice. We'll put in all of our other goodies, and so on and so forth. All right, got 1.1 days before the drought. Our water storage is looking really good. Oh, this one's actually done and full. That is very nice to see. This one probably should be regular water, so we have something to drink. Oh, I should have gotten rid of this little thing right here, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah, don't worry. I see the part that says we don't have a lot of food. I'm not that stupid. I'm a little stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Okay, that's ready to go. Let's pause real quick here. Let me put this in so we can actually have the paths connected, and then we'll be good to go. So yes, it's not as dire of a situation as you think it is. We just have been running through the food. We have potatoes to cook. We have wheat flour to be made into bread, and we are going to continue fixing all of this. No cause for alarm. It's just the way this goes. And we're going to be planting more stuff up here. So, like I said, everything is A-okay for the next little bit. No worries there. And this is going to hold a little bit of water back. I really should have blocked this out. But, or at least put a gate here, so we could maybe store a little bit more up on this level. But this, going around this way, I think is plenty fine. 30 days, okay. Oh, this is going to be a fun challenge mode, huh? That's going to be a lot. But we did vastly increase our storage here, and we have almost 6,000 water stored up. Could definitely be worse. Could be substantially worse. And we're out of berries because I believe the berries were used to make the antidote, which we've been going through. So I kind of do want to turn this gatherer flag back on, but I think the jobs are going to be a little bit more important here. I will, for the sake of our sanity, manually pause these because we don't need to be sending beavers all the way up here to pump when the storage is already pretty much full. This will evaporate over time, yes, but it's not that dire of a situation. Everything's going to be fine. All right, so now this is... Oh, I should have raised this, because that water's already gone. Oh, yeah, it's completely gone. Oh, well. So we're we're starting off on a not a great foot here. But, again, I'm not worried about it. 6,000 water stored. We're going to continue pumping, so we probably won't ever run out at this point. Just got to get everything else taken care of. The biggest pain is not having the power. That is just absolutely crippling, because we still just have the one plank, even though I've had... Oh, man, I've had the wood workshops paused what seems like forever. Extract is still used, I think. No, for the antidote. That's just the it's just the iron teeth that do that. But there's not enough double and triple dynamite left for me to really want to explode to keep running this. So I will pause that. We do need the actual dynamite itself. That is a known problem. But I think once we start planting more stuff up here, we're going to be in really good shape. These trees should still be yeps. Yeps. Wow, that's definitely a real word. They're in decent shape there. The pumping continues. The building continues. Kind of. I guess we're waiting on planks, which seem to be eternally and forever a problem for us. I don't want to put in. I don't want to put in those stupid things. The power wheels, shaming wheels, whatever you want to call it. But I think we might actually have to. As much as that is stupid, in my opinion. I mean, we have to have power. We just have to have it. So a shaming wheel here or there is not the end of the world. Although our beavers haven't done anything shameful. I cannot stop combining words. Well, yeah, this isn't all it's cracked up to be either, just having this one windmill all by itself. I should have installed the Dutch windmill mod. I really should have for this playthrough. Oh well. You live and you learn. So here's where we stand. We're 47 minutes into the video. We got 28 days left of the drought. I'm going to try and wrap up the initial idea that I had for moving some farming up here. Get situated with that and see where we stand, and then say goodbye after that. But there's not too much else we can really do without just waiting. Obviously, we need more food, but we are working on it. We have potatoes to grill. We just need to make more grills. So I think, well, we have so much science. I think I'm going to go ahead. The way this is set up, I kind of want to take these inventors away and replace them with grills. But I'm not even sure that's the best option for us here. The grills probably need to be in a spot that can't be farmable. In fact, we probably need to move this now that this is never going to be bad water down here. This probably needs to all go away. I mean, we can keep this here. But if we were to move the grills to be up somewhere else, like maybe up here, that isn't going to be something that gets blocked by all this. I've got space here once we have any amount of planks whatsoever. And I can just build no, not there. I can build 3 of these right like here. And yeah, then we can make some grilled potatoes. Oh, and we have spatterdock too. Yeah, I kind of want to. I know this probably, especially now, isn't going to be a very realistic thing, but I want to grow spatterdock up here. We just have such a problem keeping the water from evaporating. This would be a very difficult ask to have during a drought, to grow spatterdock. I mean, if the water is flowing, yeah, it's never going to dry out. But that's the way she goes, man. It's like you're not going to win every time. But good news is, if I move the potato stuff up here, this can all just be potatoes growing up in this area, and then down here can be all carrots and all wheat. Because there's not anything. I mean, we could grow sunflower seeds if we really wanted to. We probably should, but we can get it figured out. We can move these grills out of here and make some better space. I kind of want to have more beavers, honestly, but I don't know that we really need to have more. We just have to make do with what we have as best as we can. All right, so this is good here. I don't have the planks, but I feel like we should at least set up some of our other storage things. I'm not going to be able to build them yet, because I really want them to build this stuff first, which I guess they've already begun. That's nice to see. This farm, oh wow, we've already got people in here. Let's go ahead and start growing potatoes. They can boil them, mash them, stick them in stews or whatever they want, but we have to actually have some potatoes growing for them to be able to do that. So we'll leave that alone like so. I'm not going to concern myself right now with the path of going past this, but that will be something we get to in the future. We also are going to need to move our metal acquisition way over here pretty soon, because there's just 40 units of scrap metal. But that sounds like a next episode problem to me. Yeah, the water is kind of unpredictable here. So that's going to be an interesting problem to solve. Yeah, we'll be all right. I do want to go ahead and research the contamination barrier. I know we can't really build it right now because we don't have the what are these called, planks? Yeah. But I am going to want to have this in place. Oh, that's so much bigger now. That actually does irrigate down here. That's nice. And I know it'll go a little bit further once we have the yeah, that's only that still has like another block and a half left to go. So we're going to be in really good shape if I get this contamination barrier taken care of. We'll have to do the terraforming, and I'm going to probably raise this whole thing up and just make this a straight line across. But again, that is something that is going to come much, much later. Potato stuff is up here now. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. Grilled chestnuts. Oh, you know what? I could have 2 for potatoes and 1 for chestnuts. It's probably fine. So that's going to go away. That's going to go away. That's going to go away. This right here, probably, yeah, this one. Well, we already have so much science, and I have the desire to make this look a little bit nicer anyway. So why don't we just reconfigure this whole shebang right here? Put a path here, and then we can put our medical beds here, here, here. Here, 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 here. And then we can plant some more carrots. Yes, plant more carrots here and all this extra space. We'll gradually move the potatoes up. I will go ahead and bring that up to right about there. This guy can reach... Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty right there. Give me all these potatoes. I'm going to leave this space open, remember, for our contamination barriers. So, if I can actually... If I can just start placing these. I know we can't build on top of these. But if this will at least save a little bit of these from bad water the next time it comes back around, then I think we'll be in decent shape here. Yeah, we just got to raise stuff up, which means we also need to find a place to put a terraforming station. I imagine it would make the most sense way up here, but it also requires, as I don't do anything, it also requires power, which is going to be a couple of windmills and some gravity batteries most likely. So we can put it anywhere, but right now we don't have the materials for it. Well, I kind of do. I just don't have the metal, because I paused the metal because I wasn't making enough power to really run everything. It's kind of a balancing act, seems to be. So one of the last things we'll do today, let's go ahead and undo all of these potatoes. Yeah, I'm going to undo all the potatoes down here. We'll fill in the rest of this with wheat, because once this is actually set up correctly, we're going to be making a ton of bread. Well, we already kind of do have a lot of bread. But if I can keep this section and then this section separated out to be probably sunflowers, that would be nice. I saw somebody left a comment about the beehives. Like, why don't you use beehives? I hate the beehives. All they do is sting the beavers and put the beavers out of commission, even if it does boost the crops. Unless you have bots working them, it just causes problems. I don't know, maybe the math works out and it's a net positive even if half of your beavers are stung, but I don't want to deal with it. It just is not something I think is really worth my trouble at this exact moment in time. So we got bread going here. I really do need to just have this whole thing be set up slightly differently here. This admittedly was not the best way to do this. Oh well, life goes on. They actually did build all 4 of these, which is pretty impressive, considering we didn't have any planks. I don't know why now we're all of a sudden making a ton of planks. Oh, that's the way it goes, I guess. Oh, should I? I mean, I have the scrap metal. I do technically have enough scrap metal to make enough blocks of metal to make a dirt excavator. But I don't have enough to make a terraforming station, so I guess we're just going to have to wait and plan our attack on this whole thing here. Or if there's metal somewhere else. Oh yeah, it's all the way over here. That's going to be a hike. We might not get to that anytime soon. But I guess this is about as good a place as any to go ahead and wrap today's video up. We have made some good progress. We still have not constructed a secondary dam downstream of what we're looking at now, but that is still on the eventual roadmap. We just have problems getting supplies because we can't run our industry long enough. We really got to figure out a way to do gravity batteries and get more power out of these windmills, but that's a problem for next time. We did connect all the little troughs to the large water pumps. That's looking pretty good. We added some more water storage. We've fixed a couple of other storage things, but there's still a lot more I want to do. We just don't really have the means at this exact moment. But we did manage to fill our water reserves, and we're looking really good. Food is on the rise. We have plenty in terms of raw stuff that can be cooked, like potatoes. We're working on everything else, and I think it's going pretty well. So I would consider this to be a win. Much better than yesterday's episode of the Iron Teeth one, I can tell you that for sure. But I'm so glad that this worked out. I was a little nervous coming off the last one. And, of course, with yesterday's stuff as well. But we're looking good. Very thankful that you were able to join me, as always. And thankful for the Beard Boosters as well with all of their support. Just glad we get to share this time together. And I'm looking forward to when we'll see you again next. Don't forget, tomorrow's video is going to be water beavers. We've actually made substantial progress in that one if you dropped it because there was not a lot going on. We finally have a lot of the, I guess we could say, late mid-game, early end-game stuff in the works. And we will be wrapping that one up within the next week or two. So would love to have you in there. And of course, on Sunday, we will have the next episode of our, I believe that one is the Iron Teeth one. And then we'll see Monday, I might do another episode of Iron Teeth. But regardless, this one will be back on Tuesday. So if nothing else works, we'll see you back then. I'm going to go ahead, since they're harvesting these potatoes, and start putting sunflowers in. And then we will, of course, come back and fill this in next time as stuff gets put back in place. But everything's looking good. Hopefully, we'll see you again soon. Whatever it is you're doing, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.